It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Moments away, it'll be the Indiana Pacers going up against the Denver Nuggets at Pepsi Center. Looking at Denver, in comparison to where they were record-wise at this point last season, it seems they've taken a step backwards. They're trying to make up that ground. And as we take a few moments here, Shaq, the term basketball IQ is constantly thrown around these days. What exactly is meant by that? Because I don't have it.
Ernie, I have no idea. You know, you can be smarter than me if you want to. You can be a Rhodes Scholar, but you know what I will do to you. Doesn't necessarily mean you make good decisions on the basketball court. Basketball IQ, that term is overrated.
Maybe Kenny has an answer to this one.
Well, I think most people, when they first hear about it, they're talking about seeing the floor, having the ability to operate in the flow of the game.
The Indiana Pacers find themselves on the road looking for an interconference win. This is the first game back in Denver for the institutions. Last outing for Denver, they won that game against the Magic in Orlando.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
On the court right now for the Pacers. Freak, he's in at shooting guard. Mahimi is out there with Hill. Then it's Ellis, and it's George in at the 3 slot. Lloyd, he's guarded by Ellis. Good!
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Pacers leading by 3. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
A bit ago, Mike Malone and I were able to chat. And of course, he said a big key for them will be trying to minimize Monte Ellis's impact offensively. He added, he's one of the best in the league at blowing by his defender and finishing at the rim. We've got to force him left, and then at the other end, make sure we go at him defensively and see that he expends some energy there as well. Kevin, defense not Ellis's strong suit seems like a smart plan.
And thank you for that, Doris.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
The Nuggets trail by 5. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
They get it back. Laverne. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with the soft touch to match.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Paul George. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for Ellis. Freak passes to Hill. Freak sets a screen for Hill. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Freak. Can't capitalize on the good screen. Denver's gone 0-2 from deep here. Stevenson outside. Here's Walton. And another miss by Denver.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
And it's Freak missing.
High quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And Greg, that has him S-H-H-E, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Clark. From downtown, that's good. Freak's got 5 now. The Nuggets trail by 3. Here's Stevenson. 9 points last game out. Here's Walton. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
What a 3 at the horn as they end the quarter.
Walton. And here's Freak on the importance of preparing for games.
Every
You know, Clark, is there anyone that really doubts the importance of practice?
No, not at all. I mean, to get to any level of consistent performance, you've got to put the time in, and every player knows that. Some guys just take it to a different level, and Freak certainly has shown that he's willing to come early and stay late, and you can see the fruit of that labor in his game.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
Just almost an intimidating factor when you're able to go out and consistently come up with the block shots like they have defensively.
Well, what happens is shooters begin to start looking for the shot block, and it does intimidate.
Harris is out there with Walton. Then there's Kenneth Fareed. Then it's Will Barton. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. George is checked in for Indiana. Barton kicks to Fareed. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The Nuggets have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. He hits both from the stripe. Pacers trail by 4. Outside Hill. Here's Freak. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 3 assists in the game. Freak's gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Now here's Walton. T right on him. He dishes it to Barton. Back to Walton. Goes up again. That's good on the jump shot. Walton's got his second bucket of the night.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Here's George. And it's Denver with the rebound. This game against Indiana, the first time they've met this year.
And one of the few bright spots of their last season was sweeping the season series in this matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Neither team a big-time contender in their respective conferences, Greg, but when the teams are fairly evenly matched, it can still be entertaining basketball.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bucks just played phenomenal. He finished with 15 points and did a lot of the charity stripe, getting to the foul line over and over. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
All right, thanks, Doris. He's got a lot of positives to take away from that game.
He really does. It was one of his better performances, and that's saying something because we've seen this guy have a lot of good ones.
And you'd have to imagine that he'll be out to build on it, to go one better here tonight.
Nurkic checked in for Denver. Denver leading by 3. Nurkic a screen on Hill. Pass to Fareed. Cannot hit.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
And it's Hill penetrating. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way. In the first half. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far. Ellis. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. On the court right now for the Pacers. Freak in a 2-guard. He's out there with Hill. Turner is out there with Paul George. And it's Izzo in at the 4.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
The pass to Fareed. George against Stevenson. From 8. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Jokic. He's got 12.
Bad matchup for the defense, no doubt about it. Doesn't have the height to influence the shot there. Never mind blocking.
Passes it to Izzo. Goes up on the wing. Can't hit. Now Denver takes it the other way. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
George dishes to Freak. Here's Turner. Second chance shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. And the Pacers lead by 1.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Lloyd the pass to Stevenson. Dishes to Fareed. 6 to shoot. Here's Barton. It's rebounded by Indiana. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against him.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Pass to Stevenson. Fareed setting the pick for Stevenson. The pass to Lloyd. Launches a 3. Pacers with the rebound. Turner's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And George kicks to Freak. George against Stevenson. Freak dishes to George. Izzo the pass to Freak. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Here's Lloyd. Banked in off the glass. He's got 13.
And that's the kind of move that will always pay off, even against tight defense like he was facing on that possession.
Your Nuggets dancers.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Hill? He's right around 9 points a night, 4 assists and 3 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Tries to save it. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Barton.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Here's Freak, and he jams it with authority.
Hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on his heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Outside for Miles. Freak dishes to Hill. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
There's 47 seconds left in the third. And it's Harris off the drive. Can't convert after the good screen.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. A chance here to go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to ramp up the speed and make it happen in a hurry.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. The Nuggets have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws, 81% as a team.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
The Pacers making a switch here. Ellis is checked in. Freak kicks to Miles. And he gets it to go. And the Pacers lead by 6.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
And Walton kicks to Nurkic. Shot is no good. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Pacers lead by 6. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Blazers making a change here. Freaks checked in. Here's Hill. Laverne is out there with Kenneth Faried. Then there's Harris. Then it's Will Barton. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
And you know what? He had to clear some space for himself to get that rebound. Not an easy one there among the big boys.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. There's a screen, and it's Harris off the drive. Here's Laverne. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Here's Turner. Indiana again missing.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Barton kicks to Harris. Fires at the elbow. No good. And Indiana will come the other way. The feed to Freak. It's George on the wing. Misses the three. The Nuggets trail by 4. Harris passes to Barton. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
That's how you get the crowd on its feet.
Huge bucket.
I think the roof's about to come off this place.
George dishes to Freak. Lets it go with the 3. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
And that's good stuff from him. Nice touch.
We need to calm down. We're taking too many shots early in the clock. Let's get some ball movement and run something on the offensive end. Keep it simple. Let's throw it down inside or run.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
During that break, Coach Mike Malone had some words for his team. His message, don't even look at the score right now. We've got to make one play at a time and execute. That's how we'll take this thing home. Kevin, he's trying to keep them focused.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Pacers.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points. They really could have used a perfect trip to the line there. Instead, they're still down 2 possessions.
Back to George. And he goes right over Kenneth Faried and slams it down.
That's how he makes his presence felt.
And we see him do it time and again. He is a special, special talent.
Sure
And
is.
guys, as important as it is to go out and compete, let's not forget the entertainment element of this game. What an unreal finisher.
And that replay is sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Here's Barton. Faried the pass to Jokic. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
Yeah, great post position. That's going to be key here in crunch time.
On the free throw, no good. Indiana's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Hill passes to Izzo. It's back to Hill. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. Shot clock at 5. Turner and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
The free throws go down, and the lead goes up.
Here's Barton. Guys, a critical time for them in this ball game.
No room for mistakes right now.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Misses the 3. And he commits the intentional foul.
Lloyd. That's his 4th personal foul. 4th team foul. At the line for the Nuggets, George Hill. 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
And Young kicks to Sims. The dish to Stevenson. Lets it go from deep. It's in! And now they trail by just 4.
Stevenson!
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
The Pacers making a change here. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
Lloyd the pass to Barton. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And they go to the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. So it's Indiana picking up the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, I'm here with
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Freak. He had no problem getting back into a shooting rhythm to start the second half. And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game.
How's your relationship with the coaching staff? Are the rumors of friction accurate?
Friction? Look, there's no friction here. I don't know where you're getting your information, but I've got a great relationship with the coaching staff here. A lot of respect for Coach, too. Anything else you think you're hearing is 100% false.
What are your thoughts on practice?
Oh, you won't get better if you don't work on your game. Practice is a place where you can hone your craft, develop good habits, turn a weakness into a strength, make yourself great. It's the ultimate tool. Listen, I could go on, but I think you get the idea.
How is your relationship with the fans?
Oh, I love the fans. I mean, they're everything to me. Hearing them cheering, chanting my name, even holding up cutouts of my head sometimes. I mean, it's an unbelievable feeling. This team goes out there every night trying to win games for them. Trying to bring a championship back home for them. They feed what we do each and every game. And that's why I try to get out there and give back. Spend time with them when I can. Show my appreciation. I love the fans, man. I love them.
Think you want to get rich.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's the Washington Wizards as they'll be playing against the Indiana Pacers. Checking out the Pacers, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. And one of the guys we'll watch tonight is Ty Lawson. When he's on the floor, how does he impact the game so much, Shaq, given his size?
Well, I'm not a guard, but he's impossible to stay in front of either in the open court or in half court. He has great ability to change direction and stop on a dime. And when he's hot, watch out.
North Carolina guy.
North Kakalaki, one of the finest. He might be short, but he has the ability, I mean, honestly, to get to the rim at will. And there's no problem taking the contact and finishing the play at his side.
The crowd has assembled in Indianapolis, Indiana, looking for a Pacers win today. And we've got it for you right here on 2K Sports. Well, it was the Indiana Pacers winning their last game against the Nuggets in Denver. And a long time in the making for one tremendous young athlete. We'll get a look tonight at the first ever NBA start from Freak.
Yeah, we knew it would come at some point. This young man is just too talented to not be in the starting lineup. His time has come.
Yes, it has. I mean, he's clearly proven to the powers that be in that organization that he's ready. I mean, let's see if he can make the most of the chance he's been given.
And now Washington's starting group. The great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Marquise Morris is out there at Porter. And it's Gortat in at center. And the Pacers with possession here. Here's Freak. And it takes a hard bounce. Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against Denver.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a counter.
I was very impressed, Greg, with the way they stood their ground, even when they were on their heels some, coming through those moments where they were backing up a bit. That's what it takes on the road. You've got to show that kind of fortitude and resilience.
Here is Wall. Paul George making his last shot. Beal the pass to Morris, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Hill kicks to Freak. Turner against Gortat. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. The Pacers shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
And he's good on the second. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Outside, Wall lets it go. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
That's just run of the mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
George up top, guarded by Porter. George dishes to Freak. On the wing, Hill. Clock at 6. Indiana moving the ball around. And George, here we go. And that is good. George has got 6.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
And Wall kicks to Beal. Turner with the steal. Pass to George. And he gets it to go.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
Pacers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Freak kicks to Hill. They set the pick. Outside, George. On the wing, Hill. Covered by Wall. Just 5 to shoot. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Porter passes to Beal. And it's Wall at the elbow. That one rolling around and rims out.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Hill, no good. Washington's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. It's stolen by Hill. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. In the corner, George with it. There's the feed to Freak. Shot clock at 6. Turner with a screen on Morris. Here's Freak. Porter pulls it in. We've got 1:55 left here in the first quarter. Out to the wing. Morris dishes the Wall.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Nene, he's checked in for Markieff Morris. Jefferson comes in. Here's Wall. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Chicago.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
Freak in a 2-guard. Mahimi is out there with Hill. Then it's Ellis, and it's George in at the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nuggets played some outstanding basketball. He ended with 19 points, and there weren't too many shots that didn't fall for him. Really efficient night from the field. A bit of a surprise attack for him, as he is usually just regarded as a role player on his team.
Appreciate it, Doris. Thanks. Well, we've seen a lot of great players have a lot of great games, but that was something special.
And I love that no matter what approach they tried against him, nothing worked. I mean, he was ready for everything.
It makes you wonder what kind of defense they'll throw at him tonight. I mean, however they choose to play him, it's still going to take a special effort to keep him under control.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
He is one of the most determined rebounders, Clark, we have got in the NBA.
Yeah, you're calling it right, Kevin. I mean, he gets so many second chance points because of how hard he works to get to the rebound.
Wall against Ellis. And Wall kicks to Morris. Outside, Wall. That three off the mark.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Dishes it to Freak. Mahinmi passes to Ellis. In the corner, it's Freak. Shoots. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. And the Pacers lead by 8. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. It's Wall with the drive.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Jefferson, and Beal subbed in for McRae. And he's good on the second. Pacers leading by 7. Hill kicks to Turner. Here's Freak. No good on the triple. So for the Wizards, their last game a loss to the Bulls.
And listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not. And that is why they just could not recover.
Exactly. I mean, they left too much cheese at the foul line. And in the end, it mattered on the scoreboard and cost them.
Here's Turner. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Wall against Hill. Shot from 12. Count it, and the Pacer lead has been cut back down to 7. The bucket there from Wall.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Yeah, you've got to make sure your feet are set when you set those screens, or they're going to call that on you.
Well, I thought maybe he was set. I know that's a difficult call to make, but I think they might have missed that one.
And Beal kicks to Wall. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
A moment now to see the stats for Nene. Some last season stats for him. He averaged about 10 points a game last year, 6 rebounds and 2 assists. And he gives them a nice rotation on the front court. He is a quality reserve.
Well, you know, he's not as developed skill-wise as some guys, but you can't teach size. So he's a valuable backup for this team in that regard.
Gortat's checked in for Washington. George dishes to Freak. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion.
And we finish one half of that.
Monte, you...
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
Yeah, he was in attack mode from the word go. Came out very aggressively in that first half.
Take a look at his shot chart. It looks like the ink spilled right at the rim. No reason for him to settle for anything less.
And on the floor for Randy Whitman as we get into the second half. The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Markieff Morris is out there with Gortat, and it's Porter in at the 3, the small forward. Count the bucket. 9 points here for Beal.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Pacers leading by 9. Outside Hill. They set the pick. Now here's Freak. He's covered by Beal. 5 on the clock. Here's Freak. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
The Pacers shooting a tremendous 61% from the floor, hitting at all cylinders. It's stolen by Wall. Lays it in off the breakaway. Wall's got 13.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Indiana again missing. Wizards trail by 7. Morris a screen. Porter outside. The shot will not go. And Indiana will go the other way with it. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
The Wizards have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
What a performance from Beal here. He has 9 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
And the Wizards making a change here. Nene's checked in. Pacers leading by 6. George passes to Freak. Pulls it from 20. Hits the front of the rim and out.
1 for 5 on offense. A slow start here in the second half.
And Wall kicks to Nene. Beal gets a wide open look. He gets hauled in by Paul George.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
To the inside. The kick out to Hill. Now here's Freak. Not a lot of room. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
In the corner, George with it. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Here we go, Pacers fans. Now coming on the court are your Pacers.
And here is our 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's toughest defensive teams over the course of the last 10 games. Number 1, the Wizards. Second, the Pacers.
I mean, great teamwork and great schemes at both ends of the floor. You're seeing that from each of these clubs, and this is what defense is all about.
Jefferson's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And with that shot, the Indiana lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Beal. Ellis kicks to George. The pass to Mahinmi. Feeds it to Freak. George dishes to Freak. Washington with the rebound. Morris has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Beal with it. Out defended by Freak. Beal can't get it to go.
1 made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Freak. And a miss there on the triple.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
It's stolen by Hill. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Ellis with the ball. And Freak throws it down.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
Wizards trail by 8. Outside, Wall. Down low. Another shot, Morris. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line. Well, the Wizards shooting about 42% so far. Freak in at shooting guard. He's out there with Hill. Paul George is out there with Turner. And it's Izzo in power forward. So that's the group out there for Indiana. To the middle, here's McCray. Oh, and he misses the dunk.
This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-overs. You got to finish the job.
And that one's good. Freak.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Nene, the screen. Beal from long range. The shot is off. So Indiana will take it the other way. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Wizards trail by 11. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Here's Wall. And it's good off the back rim and in.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Pacers leading by 9. And here is Hill. Now Freak lets it go from the wing. It's rebounded by McCray. 2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. And here's Wall outside. Wall missing again. Pacers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Now here's Freak, guarded closer. Kicks to Hill. Just 5 to shoot. Now here's Freak, guarded by Nene, and it's Freak missing. Wizards trail by 9. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Beal the pass to Gortat. Wall, that's a 2-pointer. Wall with another miss.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
George, no good.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Gortat wide open. He fires. The Wizards with another miss. Indiana leading by 9. And George, here we go. And a wide open look for Freak. And that one comes up a bit short.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half. Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Markieff Morris is checked in for Washington. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for McCray. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
Excellent display of team play.
And guys, Sade comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation. And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Count it, and the Pacer lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Gortat. For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Now the dish to Turner. He feeds it to Freak. Back to Turner. Indiana moving it around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Freak from 16 feet away. He cans it. Freak's got 8 points in the quarter. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, Randy Whitman had some words for his team over the break. He said, no time to waste, fellas. We've got to pick it up right now if we're going to make a comeback and try to win this thing. Let's go all out. Back to you.
It's Wall with the drive. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket, shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
Are you sensing or feeling a theme here, fellas? I mean, they're taking it straight to the bucket every time down.
And why change? I mean, that's 8 straight points in the paint, and they have now turned this into a physical game. And that trip played out perfectly for them.
Here we go, Pacers fans. Now coming on court are your Pacers.
.129 left in the fourth quarter. Wasted no time on that one. Wall's got 23.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
There's the pick. Passes it to Freak. Plenty of space. And the foul on Miles Turner. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Wall. .107 left in the game. And the shot is good. Now just a 3-point Pacer lead.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim. I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
For Washington, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Inside, Beal. Excellent D that time from Freak.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Takes a 3. Washington with the rebound. And Wall kicks to Beal. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. .29 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. For the 3. That doesn't go either for Beal. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And he commits the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And as long as they can keep doing that kind of work at the foul line, this lead will be safe.
Wall dishes to Morris. Pass to Porter. Lets the 3 fly. Kept alive by Washington. Outside for Beal. From deep. Misses there. So it's Indiana picking up the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, it appeared to me as though the fans gave them the emotional boost they needed down the stretch, Kevin. This crowd is not going to let this one slip away.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Paul, what do you take away?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Freak.
The assists were coming fast and furious for him, man. Always sharp, crisp passes that led to easy baskets. You gotta love to see him play like that.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed.
Well, the team won tonight, but certainly no thanks to you in that effort. Do you feel like you let down the fans with the way you played?
Let down the fans? You serious? But we won the game, man. Won the game. The fans know what I could do. Just because I didn't get it done tonight don't change a thing. Yo, come back and we'll have a more serious talk next time if we actually lose. Next question, please.
What are your thoughts on practice?
Come on, man. Practice? We talk about practice. Not a game. Not a game. We talking about practice. Not a game. I'm a franchise player here. And we talk about practice? I mean, how silly is that? Practice. We talking about practice. It's just funny to me. Not the actual game. We talking about practice. Forget it, man. Hey, next question.
That was your first official game as a starter. How'd it feel?
It's a nice milestone for sure. I mean, I'm just blessed to be playing in the NBA, and making a starting lineup means that I've been playing well and improving my game. Still a lot I want to do in this league, and hopefully I can keep making my family proud. Oh, and shout out to my pops. I know he's watching this back home. Love you, Pops.